This week I have a confession. I would be totally lost without my VA, my virtual assistant. Now, if you have virtual assistant support, you'll know exactly what I mean. If you don't, you better watch this video. Coming right up, why would I be lost without my VA? So I'm not kidding. If I didn't have virtual assistant support, I would be in trouble. I'd be a little bit lost. So I've had virtual assistant support for about 10 years now, and it's been phenomenal. Now, for those of you who have virtual assistants, you'll kind of know what I mean, but for those who haven't, perhaps, let me just illustrate the degree to which my virtual staff are integrated into my business and such a valuable part of my business. And it might get you thinking, you know, if you're one of the few people out there that doesn't have virtual assistant support for your business, you know, if you're a business owner, entrepreneur, this might get you thinking a little bit and tip you over the edge to have a look. So why would I be totally lost? So I got into the virtual assistant support thing about 10 years ago, and you'll find the story on this channel. I hired a couple of VAs. I loved it so much I started my own VA company so that I could have a better environment for them to work in and so on. I won't tell you how many staff I've got supporting me now, but my personal team, so I operate 2 or 3 different businesses. My personal team just looking after me is 8 VAs. It kind of grows on you. And then there are others looking after the finance department and things like that. But why would I be lost without my VA? Well, let me tell you, if that virtual assistant support suddenly dropped, what would happen? Our marketing across 4 businesses would grind to a halt because my virtual assistant staff do all of the website updates, website maintenance. They manage 14 social media accounts. They manage our CRM, all of our email systems, our IT systems. They kind of run the whole show, to be honest. So if I didn't have virtual assistant support for them, you know, with all those different functions they're looking after, I'd be in deep shit. Excuse my French. You say, oh, well, you could just go out and hire some people locally. But the cost of hiring people locally would be phenomenal. I could, for those 8 people that support me directly now, I could probably only afford 1 locally. That's the difference. And so I'd have to lose a lot of the support and just kind of hone it down to what one person could do. So my marketing would probably stop. Customer service support would be very tricky because our virtual team look after our CRM, you know, all of our sales updates, reaching out to clients, all that kind of stuff. That would be hard. Oh, I tell you what, this is giving me the heebie-jeebies just thinking back on it, because this would be like me operating my business 10, 15 years ago, and that was not fun. What else would happen? My time would be totally wrecked. So I'm very lucky at the moment. I can kind of pick and choose how many hours a week I work. I do work quite long hours because I enjoy what I do and I have a number of businesses. I could actually choose not to work at all some weeks if I wanted to. That's because of the virtual team support that I have. But if they weren't there, I'd suddenly have to step up and start doing a lot of the things that they're doing. So what does it mean to me personally, having that virtual team? It means that my time is much more my own. It means I can get a lot more done, probably 3 or 4 times more done in terms of, you know, running more businesses and doing more marketing, all that kind of stuff. You know, the thought of not having that support is not worth thinking about, to be honest. You know, for whatever reason, if that was taken away, I'd have to find something similar very quickly. So if you're still sort of sitting on the fence, maybe thinking about you know, virtual team support, you should have a look around on the channel, find out a little bit more about it. Hey, look, I'll be totally mercenary and put a link down below to our virtual assistant business. This is the one that I started myself 10 years ago because I just love the concept so much. I wanted to provide a business, a company environment where it was really great for virtual assistants to work in. So, you know, great environment, good paying conditions and so on. I wanted to have my own team and that's been really good. The other thing I wanted to mention, and it was funny, we had 10 days off over the holiday period over Christmas, and we just started back at work this week. And it's funny, you know, we had our first team huddle on Monday. We do a team huddle on Microsoft Teams. And my team of 8 jumped on, and I was there, and we kind of went through what we're up to and the plans for the year. And I kind of missed them, you know. It's just 10 days we'd sort of been off on leave. And it was great to get back with the team, you know, because it's probably a little bit different to most virtual assistant relationships because I've met them all. Some of them have been here, and I go to the Philippines, so you know, we have quite a close working relationship. But it was really cool to be back with the team. And the point of me telling you that is that, and I know I've said this before on previous videos, please do not think of virtual assistants as some, you know, really remote element that is totally disconnected to your business. They're not. And you know, I was genuinely trying to think, what would it be like to not have my virtual team as I was running through this with you. And because they're such an integral part of the business, it's kind of not worth thinking about, you know. I don't think of them as VAs. I don't like that term. I've said that many times before. These are, you know, staff, team members who are an integral part of my business. They just happen to be operating in a different office, which happens to be in the Philippines. I mean, I have people in an office in Thailand. I have people in different cities in Sydney. It's no different. Just that they happen to be in an office in the Philippines, that's all. So, what was the original question I came back with? I'd be lost without my virtual support? Absolutely, I would. I do not want to think about it. So, have you got virtual assistants? Let me ask you that. Do you have virtual assistants helping you in your business now? If not, why not? I'd love to hear, because my experience has been so positive. Maybe a lot of people haven't had such a positive experience, and I'd love to hear that. So whatever your feedback, love to hear it down below. If you're new to the channel, do consider subscribing. Hit the subscribe button, maybe hit the bell, the notification bell. That way you'll get an email every time we have a new video coming out, and they come out every week on a Tuesday evening, Sydney time. So do thanks for watching, and I will be totally mercenary and put a link down below to our virtual assistant business, because it's a phenomenal team. In fact, we have I'm going to wrap it on a bit. We have a weekly sort of town hall meeting. We actually had that this afternoon. The whole business, the whole virtual assistant business gets together, and we all jump on Skype or Teams or something like that, and we have a chit chat. And today we had a show and tell where different team members, you know, talk about aspects of their life, or what's their favourite food, or what's the favourite movie, and so on. I love those get-togethers because they're such a great team, and we all have a bit of a laugh and a joke together, and hopefully once the sort of COVID thing starts to decline a bit, I can get over to the Philippines and see them all again, because it's a wonderful team. And if you need any virtual assistants, you should meet some of them. I'll put the link down below. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.